In case you're wondering, let me also add a... There we go. Was there a random Nishi Osin tier list in the middle of it? I don't know. Shit's weird. Okay. Some of you guys are gonna have to help me out with this. I recognize some of these. But the text is so small that I can't really see it. I'm pretty sure this is Fate. This is Fate Stay Night original, right? This is all anime and games. I don't think this is not the visual novel. Can I zoom in? No. But I'm pretty sure this is the OG Fate Stay Night. The OG Fate Stay Night anime. It's mediocre. The only thing keeping this out of bad is the fact that Kirei is very, very good in it. I'm ranking the anime experience in general, which includes the story. I'm not going to fault them for having, like, dated animation or anything like that. Dean Stay Night has the funny CGI dragon. It does. It's fine. I don't particularly like it. Yeah, this is Unlimited Blade Works, and this is Heaven's Feel. Which, by the way, Heaven's Feel is better than the OG. I don't like Heaven's Feel very much either. I can't call it bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. I think it's, like, fine. It's mediocre. It's kind of fun to watch Sakura rock everybody's shit, and it's kind of cool to see her backstory. And see her, like, go off the chain. I like the dynamic between her and Shiro in that story a lot. I just don't much care for it. It seems kind of redundant with stuff that exists already. Whether that's because it is being parodied because it's such an old series that I've seen it a lot now, or whether that is because it is taking notes from other things, I can't say. But I think it's fine. I'd say Unlimited Blade Works is good. Unlimited Blade Works is hands down my favorite of the Fate Stay Night trio. I like the fight scenes in that one a lot. The story is pretty okay. I don't think it's a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination, but it's good. It's definitely the best one. If you're going to watch a Fate Stay Night, watch that one. If you like that one, then watch the other ones. It's fine. Fate Zero. I like Fate Zero significantly more than I like anything in Stay Night, really. I think as a standalone recommendation to get anybody into the Fate series, Fate Zero is probably your best bet with that. It's just a really good story overall. It's a nice complete package, I would say, and it really eases you into what the rest of Stay Night is going to be like if you choose to continue watching Fate content. It starts so slow, though. It does, but I like that. It's a slow burn, but it gets you interested in what the story is going to be. Yeah, I don't know. I stand by the belief that you should watch the first 6 episodes of a series. And if your friends bitch about the fact that they have... And if you're like me, I do that out of spite for people. Like, I'll say that my opinions on Attack on Titan are despised by my friends because I think Attack on Titan is garbage. I've been told by my friends that I'm insane. I didn't watch the show. I've seen the entirety of the first season, and the first couple episodes of the second season, and I didn't care for either. And then I'm told that it gets good in season 3. I'm not willing to sit through another season of a series that I didn't like to get to a part of it that's good. If it's only 2 episodes that make it kind of slow, I'm just going to say this: every Fate series starts off very slow. So, because they have to establish what the fuck is going on in the world. But yeah, I think of the Fate Stay Nights, that one's probably that Fate Zero is probably my favorite. I can relate. I think the same thing. I like the series until chapter 126. I used to like Attack on Titan, but the ending kind of soured it for me. What ending? It's still going on. They're still making more shit because they don't know how to finish a goddamn I'm not getting into this. Ugh. APOC. Controversial opinion on APOC. I think APOC is okay. It absolutely could be better. APOC has a lot of flaws. There's a lot of shit wrong with that show. But it's such a mixed bag of interesting stories all being told at the exact same time that you can pick and choose, like, okay, this was an amazing story that was being told in that. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The Kairi and Mordred chemistry carries Apocrypha so hard. The interactions between Jack and her master and like learning about that carries the Apocrypha anime. Fucking Karna, everything with Karna is amazing. Even though Karna is like kind of bland, but they make him out to be so good. The fight with Achilles and Chiron is amazing. But there's so much other shit that's in there that's just like weird and unnecessary. Like, I'm gonna stay. I will die on the hill that I think that Astolfo's inclusion into that show may not necessarily. I don't know. It's weird. I have very mixed feelings on Astolfo and Apocrypha. I like Astolfo a lot. Astolfo is he's like Jar Jar Binks. Astolfo is Jar Jar Binks, where I like him. He's interesting. He's lovable. They give him way too much plot credence for what he's doing. Like, having so much influence to the plot. But, I don't know. He's fun to watch. Mordred is absolutely the best part of that show, and that's not even coming from personal bias. The chemistry between Mordred and Kairi, being someone who always wanted to have a father, and a guy who always wanted to be a father, is really, really interesting. The connections between Semiramis and Amakusa is pretty interesting. I think that the whole thing with Darnik was stupid, and it had a horrible payoff. I think that Shakespeare is a character that they did nothing with, which is such a failure of writing, because they wrote him to be this actual menace of a character, and they do nothing with it. It's such a crime. Avisbron's entire arc is over and done in like 3 episodes. You get to see almost nothing of either of the Berserkers, which is really a shame. I think the conclusion to Jack's arc and Atalante's arc is kind of dull. It's a payout. It's not a great payout, but it's a payout. The Berserkers in Apocrypha were Spartacus and Frankenstein. Mind you, Frankenstein is very, very cute. And that's it. Her impact to the actual plot is just kind of whatever. I mean, she has like a Chekhov's gun moment where she like revives Sieg, who then uses that power at the very end. The green lightning that Sieg produces is from Frankenstein. No, Vlad is a Lancer in that. And the reason why he's summoned as a Berserker in FGO is because he's still retaining the Berserker qualities that he gained from Apocrypha or something. Yeah, Avisbron threw a child into a disintegration vat. Kind of base, gotta lie. Not gonna lie. Isn't it funny that when Apocrypha was going to be a game that Kentoki, David, and Benkei were going to be in it? That would actually be really interesting. I think that David needs to get more screen time. That's a character that's really not played with enough, especially given his actual significance to main characters that are in like Fate Go. Wait, what is the reason why Vlad is a Zerker in FGO? It's because he was ordered by Darnik to release Vlad Dracul, his second noble phantasm, which made him go berserk and become Dracula. And as a result of that, he became a berserker, kind of, and then FGO used that. I don't know. Okay. I've not seen either of these. I've not played either of the Fate Extra games. I don't have access to the console that they need to be played on, and I'm in a country where piracy will get my hands chopped off, so I'm not going to do that. Although I would like to. If I can get my hands on the legit console, I think this would be a really fun game to play. Yes, they are being remade into. We were talking about it earlier. It's not Last Encore. It's Fate Fate Extra Tamamo's Pants or something like that. Last Record. That's what it is. Yeah, still no release date on that. Love that. But Fate Record shit that I have seen, or Fate Extra stuff that I have seen, I would say Last Encore. Better than the OG Stay Night. Not as good as Heaven's Feel. That show is really confused on what it wants to be. It's interesting. That is an anime I highly recommend that everybody go and watch. Fate Last Encore. It's the Fate Extra anime that was released. Yeah. Watched it, it made me confused as to what was happening. Exactly. The plot has no consistency whatsoever. So I genuinely think that the best way to enjoy that show, and how I personally enjoyed that show, was to take each individual encounter as if it was, like, I don't know, more like a Freak of the Week monster show, as opposed to a Fate series. If you think of it more like you would be watching a Scooby-Doo as opposed to how you would be watching like a Fate anime, it gets to be a lot more enjoyable. Which isn't me saying turn your brain off, it's just flip the switch in your brain that you're not watching an actual Fate series. It's weird, each episode is like connected but also not. It has a lot of interesting concepts. It's animated by Shaft. And Shaft is amazing. The animation in that show is phenomenal. The direction, the direction that show has is phenomenal. The characters are all pretty interesting. They do a lot of interesting shit with that. But and there's absolutely like standout scenes with it. Learning about Dan Blackmore and stuff like that, and like how Robin functions is pretty interesting. The scene with Drake is pretty good. Li Shuen showing up and being like this weird zombie man is kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it has Robin Hood. Well, that's the thing, is they don't really, like, keep any of the characters that are in the Freak of the... That's what I'm saying, Freak of the Week. It's the guys who show up, they're in the one episode, and then you move on past that. But yeah, do I recommend watching it? Yes. If you... It's more of like a weird art piece as opposed to an actual anime, but I do recommend watching it. It's still better than the original Fate Stay Night. Okay. Is this the Fate Grand Order anime, or are we just going to count this as Fate Grand Order the game? Yeah, okay, yeah. Camelot movie, bad. I'm going to count this as Fate Grand Order the game. Alright. No, I'm counting this as Fate Grand Order, the full package game. I'm gonna put that here. For reference, the storytelling in Fate Go is good for the most part, but it's a very mixed bag on what you're gonna get out of it. Whoops. So I can't with any confidence recommend that someone fully, like, go through and watch it. Or not watch it, but read through it all. It's also, like, it's a really weird time to be getting into it. It's another example of, like, you have to wade through a bunch of not good content to get to the content that's actually good. Which, mind you, Singularity F is fine. And Okeanos is fine. And then after America, it picks up a lot. I think Camelot after Okeanos is like where the story starts to get good. But that's a lot of shit that you gotta wade through to get to like some stuff with some real substance. But it's such a mixed bag of stories that I can't in good conscience put it in good, because there's gonna be people who are like, no. It's not good, and I agree with that. There's absolutely parts of Fate, of FGO, that are just like absolute dog shit. And some of the characters are written infuriatingly bad. Like, fucking... What is her name? Why can't I think of her name? Like, okay, think of Maeve. Think of how Maeve is written for the vast majority of Fate Go. She's awful. Yeah, there's just like, there's a lot of cases like that. And yes, it doesn't help that the low points do drag on that you want to skip. But there's also just like, you don't want to do that because you feel like you might miss something. Well, here's the thing, is there's a lot of singularities that if you just skip them, like you could skip the entire story of Orleans, Septum, London. Actually, you can't skip the story of London because there's one integral part of London that you have to know about, which reveals something incredibly important, but everything else in London is shit. And then the Epic of Remnants are a mixed bag. Like, they're very experimental with their storytelling, so I totally understand why people don't, like, want to sit through that shit. I completely understand that. I don't like some of the way some of the stories are told in that. I think some of the Lost Belts were boring as shit. I do not like Scandinavia at all. Scandinavia lives up to being a fucking desert wasteland of snow. There's nothing happening in that entire fucking Singularity, and it sucked. So because of that, I can't consciously put FGO in good. Also, the fact that even though it's not gacha dependent, gacha is an important aspect of it. But yeah. Yeah. Next. Fate Extella Link. Put that up here. I've not played this one yet. I'm currently working through this one on a different account than on a different save file than the one that I currently have on Steam. It's a lot of fun. It's just Dynasty Warriors type game. It's entertaining. It does what it needs to. The story is pretty interesting too. The music in that game is a fucking jam. I'll say this: that series makes characters like Tamamo, Altera, and Nero. With Altera and Nero being notoriously like weird how they're represented in FGO. Like Nero is almost insufferable in FGO to some people. And Altera has borderline no personality. This game does them so much justice. Which one is that? This is the Fate Extella, the first one, not Extella Link. I've not played Extella Link, so I can't say. I tried it and couldn't continue. Don't get the gameplay, and I hate that being in love with your servant is part of the story. Fair enough. It's not for everybody. Me personally, I liked it a lot. Were people going to the movie expecting it to be similar to the game, but instead being more similar to the novel, so they were just disappointed? Are you talking about Camelot? So the issue with Camelot is that they just cut a bunch of shit for no reason. You can say it's closer to the novel, but I want you to sit here and think, how many people legitimately sat and read the Camelot novel? I didn't even know there was a Camelot novel. I didn't even know that was a thing. And if you're going to be basing it off of what's not the actual source material, then you fucked up as a director. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I can't judge it off of that. But I think the vast majority of people read through Camelot on their FGO gaming device and were expecting it to be better, because Camelot's really well remembered. But having gone back through Camelot not too long ago, it's not as good as I remembered it being. But it was certainly like not boring. There's moments, but like for the most part, it's a good story. Yeah. Yeah, the Camelot movie was garbage. Babylonia, though, you know what I would say? I'd say Babylonia is probably better than, if not better than, probably up here tied with Unlimited Blade Works. The Babylonia anime goes hard as fuck. The fights should feel difficult, like difficult fights as they are in the game. Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't feel right. Okay. Hollow Ataraxia, I've never played. I can't say anything about it. Aprilia. Aprilia. Here's the thing, is I can't say that Aprilia is bad. We'll put it like this. And here's why. Oath Under Snow is good. The first season of Aprilia has a lot of really, really interesting concepts that are in it. Like the code cast thing with the cards is a really, really interesting idea. And how they, like, it's basically just a magical girl show, which is fine. It's after the first season where it takes this fucking nosedive into weird shit. That's not even true. It's near the end of the first season where it takes this nosedive into weird shit. The animation is phenomenal in Aprilia for no goddamn reason. Yeah, I don't know why they needed a Magical Girl Yuri series. Yes, there are some very, very passionate animators in Aprilia. It did have good fights, and No Thunder Snow is great. Yeah, so there's... I think that the good in it does not... I was about to say it outweighs the bad. No, it fucking doesn't. The good in it is enough to justify not putting it in bad. And I'll say this, I do not like the original Fate Stay Night. I do not. It's dated, it feels weird. I said I wasn't going to judge things based on, like, looking dated. I don't judge it on the look, it just feels dated. Like, everything about it is just kind of meh. Yeah. Anyway. Fate Strange Fake. From what I've read so far, it's up here. Strange Fake is amazing. Strange Fake is a must-read for most people if you like Fate stuff. That said, it does require reading, and if not reading, manga. So, it's good. I like the interactions. It makes Gil a likable character, which I didn't think was possible, but they did it. It's cool to see Enkidu. There's a lot of servants that appear in Strange Fake that I want to see more of. I like how they have it set up. Like, with it ticking by on days and shit. It's weird. I like it a lot. Yes, the anime is going to happen in July. So, until then, just take my word for it that it's good. I hope the anime does it justice. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't recognize this, so I'm going to put this over here. I would have to order a hit on you if you thought it was not good. Well, it's a good thing you don't have to order a hit on me, because I think it's good. So the anime episode they're doing is going to be like episode 0, like they did in Case Files, probably. Yeah, Case Files isn't on here either. What the fuck? And Fate Carnival Phantasm is up here. And this is entirely personal bias because I like slice of life bullshit, and that's all that this is like goofy nonsense, which I find entertaining. So, yeah, I like this. I can't put it into good because it's fucking... Emiya Gohan, again, is the only 10 out of 10 perfect anime series of Fate. It's the only one. Carnival is perfect if you read the VN for Fate and Tsukihime. I mean... I could honestly put it up... I wouldn't say it's perfect. I can't rightfully recommend it over that. I'd put it up here. Maybe once I finish and beat Extella, I'll have a different opinion. Maybe put it higher, but I'm okay with that. Everyone says good things about Hollow Ataraxia, so I'd be interested to see how that... Maybe if I can one day get my hands on that or read through, like a script or something. A lot of Carnival and Emiya Gohan take its inspirations from Hollow Ataraxia. Gotcha. Yeah, no, and yeah, I'm going to reiterate this. My favorite Fate series that has ever been animated is Emiya Gohan. It's flawless. There's nothing wrong with that show. You cannot... If you sit and you actually dissect and try and pick and choose things that are bad about that show, you're just wrong. HA is basically a comedy from everything I know. I don't know about that. Isn't there like... Doesn't Karen get like shagged by Angramanyu against her will? Isn't that like what happens in that? Also, doesn't Bazit die? Like, isn't there a scene where Bazit gets fucking murdered? I'll have to go through it sometime. I'll have to find a way to go through it sometime. So, yeah, I would have to say that as far as I'm aware, there are no outright bad Fate series. that I can think of. Case Files. I would put Case Files above Grand Order in good. Or sorry, in okay. Case Files is good. It's interesting. It's very fun to see these characters in a different situation. I think that Reynes is interesting, kind of. I like Gray a lot, even though it's just Saber again. I want Fate to kind of move away from everyone being Saber, but I know they won't. What about the First Order anime? Mediocre. The First Order anime is just watching and reading through the beginning of Fate Grand Order again, but it's animated this time. There's nothing standout about it. I'd put it underneath Stay Night Original. First Order anime is just it's reading a tutorial. It's whatever. But there is a female Fujimaru. There is. The ending scene of Case Files Season 1 always gets me tearing up. Yeah. Yeah, so there's your tier list, everybody. I gotta go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. So, take your screenshots, send it to the Reddits, and let people know that I'm a fake Fate fan because I didn't put Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel, and Fate Stay Night, Rid's fucking dirty shits into Perfect. And because I am a fake Fate fan who's never once fated before. Like, I'm sure that someone, if you were to show this exact Finbo event, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back. 5 months, oh my god. Welcome, welcome. Don't ever put me on Reddit. Never put my stuff on Reddit. I don't have a personal vendetta against Reddit or anything. I just think that I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that. Not even gonna get into that. One sec. There's a certain thing. There's a certain thing that I always think of whenever I see Reddit. There you go. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the stream. My closing statements for this stream are: go follow Flork of Cows on Twitter. He's a good Twitter follow. Makes good content. His current series, cartoon series is of those little sock guys running the mafia and growing anime girl thighs that you then dehydrate and snort as meth as a drug dealing business. It's great. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. You guys, thank you for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the subs, follows, and whatnot, and for the bits and other things. I will be back, I think, on Friday with Cult of the Lamb. Also, if you've not already, go check out the new video I put up. It's my second longest Behind the Servant video I've done on a singular character, which is on Vincent van Gogh. And it's sad and depressing, and I had to sit there and make the script, read the script, and edit the script, so now you have to go watch it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. For now, peace out. Have a good night.